Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mohamad, Izat, Aiman. So today my group will presenting the case studies on LADANG MOCCIS Sdn Bhd. This is our group members. For the first is Cik Wan Danial, Ahmad Liwaudin and Noraatika. Okay, then let's go to the first part, which is company background. LADANG MOCCIS was established on 6 November 1974 and the company name changed into LADANG MOCCIS Sdn Bhd on 30 June 1976. LADANG MOCCIS Sdn Bhd was located in Teluk Intan, Perak. The total size for the plantation is 3,134.62 acres and the farm was inaugurated by the Menteri Besar Perak Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Wan Muhammad bin Haji Wan T on 31st January 1982. The farms belong to the Bumiputra 100% share. The visions and missions for LADANG MOCCIS Sdn Bhd are: for the vision, restoring stakeholder confidence, trust and respect to the MOCCIS, and for the mission, return 1.5 monthly fees of retired members, distribute 1.5% dividend per annum to the active members, and collect 1.5% per month for the 50% free financing. LADANG MOCCIS is one of the company which has 4 communities inside their firm. Communities are oil palm plantation, oil palm nursery, livestock and agrotourism and homestay. Each communities give a huge benefits to the company and each communities also depend on each other. The first, oil palm plantation. The nursery project was started in 1999. The area of the nursery is 3.24 hectare, equivalent to the 8 acres. The maximum production capacity per year is 35,000 oil palm seedling. MOCCIS Plantation Nursery obtained Code of Good Nursery Practice for oil palm nursery, certificate from MPOB for the high quality oil palm seedling produced. Next, nursery, oil palm nursery and fruit orchard project. Besides oil palm nursery, the company also grows fruit, which was handled by the nursery department. A total of 480 coconut seedlings of the Malayan red dwarf type have been planted in the area of 5 acres. MOCCIS Farm also has started planting durian Musang King seedlings, and the other fruit crops that have been planted were mangosteen, jackfruits and soursop. Next is livestock production. First, cow livestock. The company also runs integrated livestock farming in the oil palm plantations. There is about 200 cows were available. Some of the cow breed varieties are Brahman, Kedah Kelantan, and Limousin. The project was started in April 2013. The highest numbers of cow rise was about 500 cows. Next is goat and sheep livestock. The farm also runs goat and sheep livestock. This breeding project was started in June 2018. Nowadays, the numbers of goat and sheep is about 81. Next is deer livestock. Apart from the cattle, goat and sheep breeding, the company also runs a deer breeding which started in 2018. There are 2 types of deer in the MOCCIS farm, namely Timorensis and Axis. This deer farm is also run in an integrated manner and is one of the attractions for the visitor. And last is agrotourism or homestay. The estate also owns an agrotourism site or homestay. The project was started in 2014. There are 10 houses already in the operation. Visitors can rent barbecue set, kayak, bike stand and are allowed fishing. There are also a mini zoo which is showcase animals such as deer, cat, tilapia, rabbits, geese and as well as various types of bird and chicken. Okay, next is about the SWOT analysis on this company. First, we look at the strength of the company. This company have a variety of business. To our knowledge, MOCCIS is the one of the firm with a diverse range of business activities within its company. There are a variety of products available, such as oil palm plantation, oil palm nurseries, and also fruit orchard project. Besides, this company also have a livestock production such as goat, cow, sheep and deer. MOCCIS also run activities like resort and small zoo that are now being used as a tourist center for this company. The corporation derives enormous benefits for each individual business, and the success of each individual communities is depend on the others. As additional information, the company stated that they had made a profit of more than 5 million years during the pandemic, and the profits were channeled to the shareholders and members of the cooperative. This demonstrates that even this little firm just has one company in Perak, it can indicate that they can generate a lot of profit from their business. Next, we go to the weakness. First, workers shortage. Ladang MOCCIS does not have enough people to work there. This is because they want to cut costs on the job that they would hire. This problem had caused many negative effects to the company, having a lot of companies' operation that cannot be completed on the time. Next is small target market. As these companies only operate in Perak, this may lower their target market. In order to be a big company and make a lot of profit, this company needs to expand their business at others' location. Next is lack of technology. Despite the fact that this firm produced a significant amount of profit, it was unable to resolve the issues that were associated with the technological and infrastructure facilities in their farm. The management does not have a plan or strategy in place to upgrade the fundamental infrastructure and technologies on their farm. The next is lack of management skill. Multiple projects has been proposed by the organization as a result of a newfound knowledge. However, because the firm has reorganized its old staff and workers for some reason, they do not have enough experienced employees and staff who are provisioned in the management of a project that is linked to a plantation. Okay, next we look at the opportunities. First, market growth and large. It is believed that this firm has a capability of expanding much further. If the corporation establish more branches in different locations, in addition to those already present in the Perak, it will be able to penetrate a bigger market. It will be able to have a larger market in Malaysia. As a result of this, it will attract more people and customers. Next is a place of agritourism. Agriculture tourism has become a necessary means for the business survival of many companies. By diversifying its business operations in MOCCIS, the company is able to ensure the stable earning. This is because agritourism activities can occur at times of the year when the crop may be not in the seasons, and by providing a completely separate income stream. Okay, next we look at the threat. First, high cost for the livestock feed. Feed price has gone up by 20 to 30% in the past few months, which has made the MOCCIS companies more aware. The situation is clearly putting pressures on them because they have to deal with high operating costs and have to charge more for the meat they sell, which affect the consumer. Next is high competition between the strong company. As we all know, Malaysia is the home to a large numbers of companies that specialize in oil palm plantation. These companies include SMW, Felcra, FGV, and others, great numbers of oil palm companies. In comparison to the MOCCIS, which will only just be able to achieve MSPO by the end of the 2021, there will be an intensive rivalry in terms of productions of oil palm. In fact, many well-established companies such as SMW or FGV are well known by their customers, this allowing them to reach enormous market both domestically and internationally as compared to the MOCCIS company. And last is infections outbreak. It is Ganoderma. MOCCIS' biggest concerns was an infection with Ganoderma disease, a direct loss of tree, reductions in the output of the affected oil palm trees, and the requirements for the earlier replanting as a result of this disease has earned in the reputations of being the most destructive oil palm disease. When the oil palm that are still young show signs of this disease, they often die within 1 to 2 years. However, oil palm trees that already grown can withstand the disease but produce less fruit. Because of this, there will be a less oil palm productions for their company. That's all for my part. We will proceed to the next presenter on their part.
Assalamualaikum and very good day to everyone. My name is Noraatika binti Yatim. I would like to continue to another topic, which is issue and problems that having in the LADANG MOCCIS, and how we are as agribusiness consultant giving the solution and provide the strategy to them overcome this issue. First issue is shortage of worker. This is due to their needs to reduce the expense of the job they were employed. In addition, this issue of foreign worker allegiance to their employers has been discussed on the internet and the newspaper. They will abandon their post if they believe their pay is insufficient and they are undervalued. This problem had causes many negative effects to the company. For example, harvesting FFB should be on time and follow the schedule given in order to achieve the higher quality. However, some of FFB were unharvested and past the harvesting schedule, which had caused the quality of FFB become low, just as overripe or sometimes become the rotten bunch. This problem can cause losses to the company. As we know, a long time ago, this issue are one of the major issue and always happen. In order to overcome this problem, we are trying to give some strategy and approachment step to the LADANG MOCCIS overcome it. In trying to take the foreign worker in doing this job, the company should give the chance or opportunity to the local worker trying to do some research how to attract the younger generation to give full interesting or assignment to trying this job. Moreover, we are as agribusiness consultant giving the solution where they should vigorously promote for job vacancy in their company, especially for the harvesting worker. They need to insert the specialties will be given to the worker if they are working in the LADANG MOCCIS Senduan Berhad. The specialties of facilities such as house will be given an allowance such as free water, electricity bills, free medical bills, overtime allowance. These specialties given to attract people to work inside their company. It is also encourage younger people to work with them, since most of the people thinking agriculture as sector are fallen behind and considered as the dangerous occupation. According to the research, it has been described that majority of the worker in the palm oil plantation has intention to leave to the job to another industry. The finding from this research found that higher salary, free health service, allowance are the key to higher motivation to them. Providing attracting benefit package as a strategy is good negative. Providing attractive benefits package as a strategy is good. Is to attract and retain the workers. It's based on the Arifin et al. 2021. The second issue was the arrangement of the oil palm front in the plantation field. The issue comes when the estate or LADANG MOCCIS practice the arrangement of stacking front into the field drain. From the other view, this practice may cause the waterlogging and flood in the plantation area or plantation field during the rainy season, since the plantation are in the flat area. It's true about stacking the fronts into the field drain can avoid from the FFB fall into the drain. However, the accuracy of the flood and waterlogging can cause the root cannot breathe in under the water, and some of the nutrient can be lost through the leaching into the deeper part of the soil. Besides, the micro inside the soil will convert nutrients such as nitrate into the nitrogen gas in order to stay alive due to the lack of the oxygen in the soil. For the solution to overcome this issue, we also advise them in trying another method that has been used by another company by using the box-shaped arrangement front method by arranging them surrounding the oil palm tree in a square shape. This practice can bring many benefits to the company. The first benefit it can provide additional organic fertilizer to the roots, and the humidity of the soil can be preserved where it can protect and provide moisture to the roots and also prevent the occurrence of flooding and waterlogging in the plantation field. Besides, the decomposition process of the front can be done in much faster compared to stacking in the field drain, where the sunlight can easily reach to the fronts and adequate humidity are needed in order to let the microbes dance their job. Lastly, the irrigation system in the field can be more efficient without the presence of the obstacle from the fronts. This strategy can overcome the problem of flooding and waterlogging which is caused by arrangement of the front inside the field drain. Third issue is lack in training and management skill. Having a strategic plan is unable to track progress toward the goals of the company. The issue or the problem that ladang MOCCIS face are related to the ability must be set up again when one of their oil palm nursery, which is now in a new place, need to make reshuffle of employee. It is because their employee or supervisor lack enough of experience with no management skill and lack training to manage the nursery. In the research, Samirati et al. 2014, this issue can cause the nursery disrupted in terms of each management and their quality towards the productivity of fresh fruit bunch. The management of oil palm plantation should consider many criteria and implement some rules and requirements for the nursery management farm. For example, ladang MOCCIS are having the problems are related to the lack of the training for employee. From the research, the turnover intention has dramatically caused the high turnover among Malaysian unskilled worker in oil palm industry. From that, the needs of the employee in attending on-the-job training is particularly important, and training program will be given to the people who has low experience in managing farm. Providing enough training to the employee is also one of the key that are important in strategic planning. Strategic planning is as a map that has been created before the starting any planning that a company must follow to achieve its goal. Understanding the company's larger strategy is help in progressing to successful management. Lastly, employee usually give on-the-job training where it will teach the safety procedure and how to use the simple farming tools and complex machinery. Let's jump to the next presenter that will explain the next issue and problems and their solution.
Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Danial bin Zakaria. I will talk about issue and problem. The issue is the drip irrigation technique is used in nursery. The use of drip irrigation in nursery was the problem. Oil palm nursery should not use drip irrigation. This is so because oil palm seedling need a lot of water, yet drip irrigation only gives them enough. In addition to the soil and roots, which receive water via drip irrigation, the leaves also require water for transpiration and other activities to be healthy and active. The oil palm nursery's location in an open area where it is exposed to direct sunlight is another factor. The plastic microtube can break owing to the extreme heat induced by the heat from direct sunlight. The microtube may become clogged by unidentified particles if the water is unclean. As a result, seedling may become hydrated, which may result in stunted growth and water resource waste. In addition, drip irrigation maintenance costs are quite high. In our opinion, Using drip irrigation for all palm nurseries is not a good idea. The solution to the issue is to use overhead sprinkler in the nursery site. A technique for applying irrigation water that is like rainfall is sprinkler irrigation. The nozzle will spray the water, which has the potential to break it up into tiny droplets. Applying this technique has several advantages. The advantages include that the seedling can receive an equal amount of water because of the uniform water distribution, that all parts of the seedling can receive water, ensuring the seedling productivity, and that the temperature can be lowered during the drought season, keeping the seedling healthy and fresh. Even though the initial cost of employing this approach is high and expensive, it can be used by anyone without the need for specific training, and maintenance costs are quite minimal because it is simple to use. We believe the business should switch its nursery irrigation system from drip irrigation to sprinkler irrigation since it can help them much. The next issue is the lack of agricultural equipment and machinery. The issue arises because there is a labor scarcity and a dearth of contemporary machinery. Despite having flat land, the corporation still use the broadcasting application, as the nitrogen cannot be effectively utilized by plant roots and the land is stimulated for wheat growth. The broadcast application is not ideal for vast areas. Taking care of massive manuring blocks can lead to overgeneralization. They also employ manual weed management, which involves chopping weeds down with a machete. Because it requires a lot of labor and takes time, hand weeding is not ideal for big areas. Additionally, there is a lot of tension and drudgery in the workplace. The solution to the issue is using modern technology. The organization will benefit from using innovative agricultural technology, such as a manual spreader, to carry out the fertilizing procedure fast and efficiently. Since the company's plantation is in a flat area, this application can be used. Even though the quantity or moisture content of the fertilizer varies from lot to lot, the rate of fertilizer may be simply calculated before spreading begins. Next, to manage weeds, fern, yam plant, and threading, a backpack grass cutter may be used. It will benefit by minimizing the amount of time and personnel needed to manage weed management. The next issue is creating a project without thorough planning. Without thorough planning, the organization is moving quickly to complete a project. The business has run across circumstances where it was burdened with irrational project expectations. The organization may have skipped or hurried through the planning stage under pressure to finish the project in a set period. The reason the business skipped over the planning stage and dives immediately into implementation could be due to impatience. This need to rush through the most important project management stage will probably lead to regret and, at the very least, rework. One of the main causes of planning being disregarded may be a lack of awareness of how it impacts project success. The solution to the issue is to plan a project carefully. The business must carefully prepare its project. Planning has to identify and minimize potential risks, no matter the scale, whether it be micro or mega, the risk is always present. What can appear to be a modest task danger could subsequently present a more serious threat while the project is being carried out. While careful planning, the company may ensure that risk can be reduced and that smaller activities accumulate into milestones that correspond to the project's bigger objective. Planning lowers the rate of project failure. The stage of project management is planning. It is where the project scope is defined and where the timetable, budget, deliverable, and other specifics are worked out. Expectation and presumption are established at this point. Without this critical stage, it is virtually a given that items will slip through the gaps and the business will fail to meet deadline and deliverable in the end.
I'm Ahmad Liwaudin. My number metric is 2020 98455. I will continue the recommendations. Next, we continue to recommendations. As a first piece of advice, we would like to advise to LADANG MOCCIS neighborhood that they switch from a drip irrigation system to an overhead sprinkler irrigation system for the water irrigation in the nursery. They have the potential to reap various advantages, including a production of seedling of a high standard, as well as the launch of a new enterprise via the sale of seedling to other businesses, which may result financial gain for the parent firm. Next, modern agriculture technology such as fertilizer machines needs to be deployed at the MOCCIS farm in order for the fertilizations process to be carried out rapidly and methodically, which will in turn reduce the expenses indirectly while simultaneously rising costs. Since MOCCIS farm is situated on the level grounds, this application is a good choice for use in that context. Even if the quantity of fertilizer or the moisture content of the fertilizer changes from the load to load, the rate of fertilizer can be readily estimated before beginning to spread it, and it can also be conveniently administered after the spreading has begun. Furthermore, MOCCIS farm can also recruit the employees who specialize in finance and accounting, as well as build the administrative and accounting divisions within MOCCIS farm. This section will be managed all about finance and all about planning more accurately and precisely. With the availability and of administrative specialists, the entry of supply and stock will be more orderly, as the primary roles of the accounting and administration is to enforce the staffing programs to comply with the organization's financial and administrative policy. And last, to address the shortage of workers, MOCCIS farm should vigorously promote vacancy in their companies, especially for the harvesting workers. They need include the privilege that will be given to employees if they work at LADANG MOCCIS neighborhood. The specialty is that house-like facility will be provided an allowance such as free water and electric bills, free medical bills, and overtime allowance. This given expertise can attract people to work in their company. At the same time, the company can promote to local employees. Employing more local and young people, the firm may help alleviate this issue. Next, the conclusion. In the nutshell of the fact that the operation that have been carried out on the farm has been both beneficial and methodical, it is possible that the LADANG MOCCIS neighborhood will be successful and see a rise in revenues. MOCCIS farm is the parent company and MOCCIS livestock is the one of the subsidiaries. Cattle and goat breeding project, resort and mini zoo, oil palm nursery and orchard are three different production activities that are carried out at the MOCCIS ternak. Because of this, MOCCIS farm has the potential to become a destination for the agrotourism in the near future. As a result, the MOCCIS farm has a reliable source of revenue and a substantial numbers of assets, both of which are capable of the compensating for the financial losses that will be sustained in the years 2019 to until 2021 as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. If the MOCCIS farm has developed a strong and effective system for the administrations of its financial and administrative affairs, then it should be able to meet any obstacles and risks that may arise in the future. Thank you.